How's it going, everybody? My name's Dalton. Welcome back to another episode of Garage 99. Today we are talking about the 5 things I hate about my Focus ST. So this is my 2015 Focus ST. I got it about a year ago, and I just compiled a list of like 5 or so things. I just wanted to make a video about things I don't like about it. So first and foremost, number one thing I hate about this car is there is no remote start for this because it is a manual. If you want to go start your car up in the morning, let's say it's like really cold or something, you have to go into it, push the button, and obviously it's a push button start, so it's keyless entry. You have to keep the key in the car because if you don't leave the key in the car when you start it up to go back in the house and get ready for work or whatever you're doing, it will beep twice, and it will beep twice very loudly, and it drives me absolutely insane. It is the number one thing I hate about it. It's a keyless entry car. All the doors are keyless. You don't need to pull your keys out for any operation of this vehicle. So why would it get upset with you when you leave your car in the morning when you start your car up? I don't understand it. So the number 2 thing I hate about this car is that when you're driving it, it tells you that you should be in a different gear than you are. If you want to just go cruising and you want to hear the sound of your car or whatever, it always tells you that you should be in a higher gear for more optimal miles per gallon. That drives me insane because I could be going down this road just behind me here, which is a 35, and it wants me to be in 6th gear. It's like less than 1,000 RPM. It's telling, there's a little arrow on there that tells you to go up a gear or even down a gear if you're too low on the RPM. It's constantly telling you what to do, and it's in a manual transmission car, so why would you put that on there? We're obviously shifting gears. We know what we're doing, otherwise we wouldn't have purchased the vehicle in the first place. I don't want to be in 5th gear. Why are you telling me to be in 5th gear? Oh. Just trying to enjoy myself. Okay, now it's telling me to be in 6th gear. What the heck? I don't want to be in these high gears. I don't know why it has to. Okay, now I'm like cruising at like 1,500, and then you go to give it gas, and it's just like there's nothing there. It falls on its face. So this thing constantly was like, oh, we want you to be economical in your fun car. We don't want you to have too much fun, though. Okay. Okay. The number 3 thing that I hate about this car the most is it hangs revs way too long. Like if you wanted to hear the sound of it or if you were downshifting, it seems like it takes a long time for it to climb revs and a long time for it to drop down in revs. Like if you wanted to rev match downshift, you have to really give it a lot of gas and then it takes forever to get up there. Or if you just, you wanted to, let's say you had one of these and the exhaust sounded really good and you're like, oh, hey dude, sweet car. Well, thanks, dude. You want to hear it? Yeah, I'd love to hear it, man. It sounds sweet. All right, here we go. Sorry, it kind of does that for a little too long, I think. It sounds good, right? No? Yeah. That just always gets on my nerves. Number 4 thing I hate about this car is that it is a front-wheel drive car with 250 horse. Now that's not a lot of power, but these are only 235, I think they're summer tires, 235 40 18s. And having front-wheel drive on a new car, or any car for that matter, the new car is not as bad because it does have torque vectoring, it does have traction control, but the traction control doesn't do anything when you're trying to put power down to the ground. If you have the traction control on or off, it is gonna spin first gear brutally and chirp second very hard. So I don't understand what their thought process was behind all that. Traction control does nothing. I mean, even in the snow, it just bogs down. It doesn't really do anything for you. So I'm not really sure why there is traction control on this car. In the wet, it still spins, dry it spins, and snow it spins. And if you turn it on or off, it will spin the same amount. So this is gonna be with traction control on. Now I'm not gonna let off until I go into 2nd gear. Spun pretty heavily in 1st and 2nd gear. That's with traction control on. Now this is with traction control off. Not much of a difference. I got it in the middle of 1st gear, but 2nd gear was just as chirpy and loud as without traction control off. So I don't understand what the point of traction control is in this car. I don't think it's necessary in a front-wheel drive car. there's no differentiating or noteworthy things that I can tell between the two of them. So I'm not really sure what the deal is with that. The number 5 thing I hate about this car is that it is not a very noticeable car. Yes, I did get a red one. However, if you had a non-ST in red, or even an RS for that matter, the non-ST is about 1/3 of the price of this car, and the RS is 3 times the price of this car, and you can get all of them in race red. It's all the same color, it's all the same thing. The only difference really is the center exhaust in the middle, the spoiler, and the front bumper. I mean, even me having this car for a year, I know the differences, but at a quick glance at looking at a car on the road, you can't tell the difference. So it's just, I feel like they could have done something a little more exaggerated or a little different. I mean, maybe they could have made like, I know it's a little windy, I'm sorry. Maybe they could have made like a wider body or wider wheel arches or something. I don't know. I feel like it's really difficult for me to make this look more like a radical car, even though that's not really my goal for this. It's just not distinguishable. The only reason people turn and look at it, it's not because it's loud, it's not loud, it's not flashy, it's just the color. That's the only thing that's crazy about this, and that's why I had to get a red one, because, I don't know, I like attention. I didn't want to just drive around a boring car. But I think that is going to do it for today's video. I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. Keep washing your hands, be safe during this quarantine. There's not a whole lot you can do right now, but get out and enjoy the beautiful weather. It is starting to warm up a little bit. Go for a walk, bike ride, take your dog for a walk. Just keep your distance from people. Go for drives, I don't know. Do whatever makes you happy, but be safe, peace out, and keep turning those gears.